they didn't tell us? Man, that's a wild question. As entrepreneurs, we come into the game thinking we know it all. We got it mastered from A to Z, and then we run into them roadblocks, and we're like, dang, man, I wish somebody would have told me this. I wish somebody would have told me that. So that's the whole reason why I created this platform, so entrepreneurs can come on and we're gonna kick it. We're gonna talk about trials and tribulations that we ran into. So if you're a new up and coming entrepreneur, or you thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, this is the perfect platform for you to tune into. Hey, for starters, what they didn't tell us in this new age entrepreneurship, you got to get on camera. The consumer want to see who's behind the brand. So henceforth, that's why you see me in front of the camera. I'm normally behind the camera at all times, but I said, hey, let me break out my shell and hop in front of the camera. So on this first episode, I got 5 dope individuals, super duper entrepreneurs that's doing their thing in a metropolitan area.
I'm Bryce Hunter, and I'm a video content creator.
Hey everyone, this is your girl Nicole B. I am a master stylist and owner of Nicole B Beauty Studio.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Kelly, and I am a luxury short-term rental specialist and co-owner of Kniff House, a creative studio.
Hi, I'm Alicia Nicole, a luxury branding photographer.
Hi, my name is Dominique, and I'm the owner of Simply Social Event Space and the Kniff House, a creative studio. So welcome everyone to the Kniff House. I'm super excited that you're here. How you guys feeling today?
Feeling
Good.
good. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I'm super glad Aaron brought us all together because we're going to talk about entrepreneurship, small businesses and what they didn't tell us. So I'm super excited about this topic. I know you guys have some great things to say, so we're going to just hop into that. I guess the first thing I want to talk about is all this pressure. Well, I won't speak for everyone, but I feel an enormous amount of pressure when it comes to social media and, having to, have all this stuff to output and put onto social media and all this pressure. How do you guys feel about it?
It's pressure.
If this arena wasn't something that you naturally do, like literally before I started my business, I had just opened my page back up because I was off, I went sovereign, I was off the grid, but I'm I got to get on social media and do it. And then now it's pressure to make sure it's a certain way. You're doing all this SEO, you're doing all these little back end thing, hashtagging, making sure your hashtags are it. And then you're I already have so many elements to deal with when it comes to business in general, like the licensing, making sure taxes, making sure everything is lined up in your business. So being a small business owner and then having to deal with the elements of social media marketing, you just you got to pause for a second, whoa, I was just trying to do a little something, make a change.
Now you want me to work for this?
Now you want me to
work. You want me to do hair, put the recording, shampoo the hair, tilt it I'm just coming to work. I'm just coming to work.
The most views get transitions. I don't even know how to transition from one activity to the next. You want me to learn how to transition on the internet, and I'm
oftentimes I feel like a hypocrite because, I like to create content for my clients and I see all right, let me make it. And then it's okay, you do it too, Alicia. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm an introvert, extrovert, whatever it's called, in the small settings. I'm cool, but then putting myself out there, I'm like,
you're no, I said I'm doing this for you, not me.
Right. Exactly. And then I just feel in my mind all these people looking at me, all these people judging me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then it's a never-ending cycle.
Because you got to make sure you dress properly. Can't come to work. I want to come to work in sweatpants sometimes.
You see, I don't care. Because all my reels, I'm in sweatpants, sweatshirt, barely makeup.
Yes, I gotta get over that. Okay. I think it was almost like a social anxiety for me. Mm-hmm. Like how you said, introvert, extrovert. I feel like I'm one of those people that get in an area, and if I can't outright judge the energy of everybody in the room, what's our energy here? Are we chilling? If I can't judge it, then I start getting anxiety. Right. So now, on the internet, you can't judge somebody from a phone. So now I'm like, how
do I feel? What's
so
right.
it's all of this in the back of your head, and then when I go through all of that, I got a little ADHD. I go through all of that, and I just sat here for 3 hours going back and forth. I'm like, I'm not doing it no more.
Right.
If you see the amount of drafts I had.
And it's the wording. Like, how do you know what to say?
Yeah.
I don't want to put this long caption. I just want to post it and that's that.
Yeah.
Right.
I want it to be easy where I just post it, say a little bit something, somebody convert and buy something. But it don't work like that.
Right.
You got to do all of these things and all of these tedious things, and you just like, I'm trying to focus on doing the service that I set out to do. So this is what they didn't tell you.
For me,
creator and the content creator, they tell you that part.
What you say, Bryce?
For me, I don't want to be tied down to my phone, and I hate that. Like
Yes.
constantly, as soon as I post something, I'm watching it.
It's
Come on, with the reels, with the views, with the likes, with the fires or something. Like, give me something.
Yeah.
But I just don't like that feeling of being tied down.
Every
to
time
something
it's
like
buzzing,
that.
you
Like every time, like
is that a comment?
Yeah,
Is that a
gotta get a
like?
comment. Right, exactly.
And then when you see nothing, that silence kind of
it messes with
it's
you.
like,
Right.
dang, like your mind's not.
Like especially when,
I thought it was gonna
like
be.
I said, for me, I had got off of social media, period, because I was looking for too much external validation.
Yeah.
So when you had got to the point where you're like trying to separate yourself from being externally validated, and of course your business is your business, it's your baby. So when it's not externally validated through social media, and you know you got to do it, you get on there and there's nothing popping off from what you posted. Now you back in that whole cycle of, they don't like me,
Right.
they don't like my business, they don't like what I'm doing, I put so much into it.
Right.
Somebody give me a like or a heart, you know,
Right.
like you feeling all like vulnerable again, and
Right.
I hate that feeling. So then I go into that whole cycle of, I'm just not gonna post it because I don't want to go through all the feelings.
Right, exactly.
I don't want to go through all those
Especially
feelings.
now, when I first started posting on a regular basis in 2020, I think it was, I wasn't paying attention to what other photographers or content creators in my lane or branding photographers were creating. I was just making stuff that felt good to me.
Exactly.
And I was giving tips on like what I saw other people like in your spaces creating. It's like, you know, it would be cool if this person had professional images to help their own product or services. And I feel like that would help take them over the hump and get more attention. But then once I started posting and it's like, oh, you should see what someone else is doing. And I'm like, okay, well, let me go see what they're doing. And then now I'm second guessing what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
And so a part of me, I want to be aware of what my peers are doing and root them on. But then it's in the back of my head like, oh crap, they did this. You know, so then now I'm doing it. Am I copying off of them? Is it okay if I'm talking about the same thing? Am I being original?
Yeah,
exactly. Because they push that too. That you got to be authentic.
Yeah.
You got to be original.
Right.
Well, too many other people that just did what I did. Like,
Exactly.
what do
I
you
felt
need to do?
special when I was just putting stuff out there and I had no idea what anybody else was doing. And now I see they're doing the same thing and I'm like, I'm nobody.
Yeah.
It's like that, back then, it's like before you really had to think about putting it on social media for the audience to see. You was just putting it out there just because, you know, I like my work, I want you to see it. Now it's like, now I gotta see if you're gonna book with me, see if you're gonna buy this product, see if you're gonna come, you know, sit in my chair, do this and that. Now it's like a reason I have to be on social media versus I'm doing it just for fun.
I still can't read insights.
At least you kept it real.
I don't know what this
now
means.
I be reading my insights to the T.
Like who do I put at 3 o'clock?
Does that mean I did a good job? I don't know what this means.
Now I will say, with insights, it is very good information, but at the same time, I feel like it kind of stifles the whole fun of it all for me, because I like today I was like, I made the reel. Well, yeah, but then I was like, okay, I made it. It's in my drafts. Dang, I want to drop this now. I love this, but I gotta wait till 9 o'clock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 9 o'clock. So the algorithm or whatever the heck is going on, I can get the most views at nighttime. So it's like now I gotta wait all the way until nighttime. Take the fun away from me.
Right.
So
We're not gonna even talk about the algorithm. The algorithm changes like draws, y'all. Because 1 minute is this, tomorrow is that, and 3:30 is this. It's like Well, how are we supposed to do this?
They're constantly posting new videos on the changing of the algorithm every single day.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
Instagram changes, TikTok, all that
TikTok,
stuff changes
mhm.
almost every single day.
We didn't even go get
It's
it.
almost
Like
you can't
every-
even keep up with
Right,
stuff.
like
so.
I had to rebel. I'm like, don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna post at 2 o'clock.
I'm gonna
I'll
post
post
it
it at
too.
2 o'clock.
Okay.
And if they like it, then maybe tomorrow. Or if they don't like it, maybe tomorrow I'll post it when I'm supposed to. But
Mhm.
Right.
Because now everyone's a digital creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a content creator. I'm a hairstylist. Like,
I just want to do hair.
Instagram
Right.
don't tell me what I am.
I am good, hospitable, and I've honestly got myself out of that and automated my messages for my business.
Okay.
So I barely even
You far, girl. 'cause
Yeah.
I got that far.
I have automated a whole bunch of stuff because I wanted to get home more and be with my kids, and I felt
Right.
like I was on my phone all the time. You know, they're always talking about, oh, limit your screen time and stuff like that so you can be present when you're at home. I was getting like sick of being home but not really present.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to find a way to automate it. There we go, some more money that I need to pay
Right.
so that I can make sure those are automated
Right.
and be able to be present at home with my children and with my husband. So
You bring up a good point, Keisha, which I guess we can kind of move into is outsourcing and what that looks like for a small business owner and delegating tasks if we're even able to do that because we juggle so many hats.
I think like we were speaking on earlier, what they don't tell us is starting a business, you kind of want to have a really nice safety fund. And this safety fund isn't just for you to like pay your overhead when you need to and stuff like that. If a business, you know, has its seasons and stuff like that, but delegating tasks. What's that book you were reading?
Who, not how.
Yes.
I think it's, what's the guy? Oh, Dan Sullivan, maybe?
It's. I feel like that's his name. I
Yeah.
feel like that's his name. But he basically goes over how, you know, we as small business owners or business owners try to do everything, and we should focus more on getting other people to do it. However, a lot of times you're going to have to pay for other people to do it. And if you're just starting out and you don't have like a nice, start like a fund, you're like, I have to do it because I'm gonna be like breaking my budget. I'm trying to figure out as a business owner how to look at the finances and do it with like discernment when I'm hiring people. So I definitely worked this I started my luxury rentals in 2020 is when I signed my lease. That whole year I was trying to figure out how to better delegate tasks, but also be financially savvy with it. And I'm getting to that place, but it's like now I have a different model with Kniff House. Now I have to figure out how to do the same thing: is delegate tasks, but be financially savvy. It's a task.
Yeah, because like you have these people on social media that's pressing, oh, I started my business with $400. No, you didn't.
Mm-mm.
No, you didn't. Like, you could have, but they don't, they're not going to tell you, oh, I had to do this, and this with that $400. So, no, that's not true. It's not just the $400 or just $1,000. Yeah, that may be the startup cost, but like she said, we got to delegate tasks. We're only one person.
Oh, talk about how you're building your team.
I am. I'm going to get to that. That was going there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so,
I just remember.
Yeah. So I just started my team. This year, I've been a solo stylist for 12 years, and this year I just kind of was like, I'm only one person. I can't keep doing this. I'm running myself thin. Like, I have a son who is very active in sports, and for 3 weeks in a row, I missed a football game. So I felt terrible because it's like, I'm not that mama to be, missing games. So it's like, it clicked one day. I was like, girl, go get you some people. Because I don't want to be behind the chair 6-7 days a week and he's out there, playing sports or, I want to go out of town with my family or whatever it is may be. So I just hired a brand ambassador and I just hired 3 stylists so I can take the load off myself.
Okay.
So that's another thing they don't tell you. Like, we only one person. Like, you cannot take all of these things by yourself. we feel like we can because we are like feel like we super women and super
Oh,
men,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but in actuality we're not, because we're gonna run ourselves dry,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna run ourselves thin. And
how can you really scale your
right,
business?
I was just gonna
with
say,
one-
how can you scale your business
one
when
person?
we're not together, we're not right, and we're tired, exhausted,
Mm-hmm.
and all those, everything's like, if we're not okay, our business won't be okay.
Exactly.
So
I literally.
We did. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I was about to say I literally just had to take a mental breather recently because I was feeling so overwhelmed with trying to manage everything, and then having that mom guilt. She touched bases on that, having that mom guilt, because you're like, I'm trying to handle all these things and I'm missing out on like my kids. You
and they're
know,
small.
yes, I have a 6-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old daughter, would be 3 in
My
August.
son's
Yep.
7.
With my 6-year-old, I was home with her for the first few years. I mean, I had her reading it too, like potty trained, like all of that stuff.
One-on-one time.
Yeah, I had that one-on-one time. Now with my 2-year-old, of course, I went out and started trying to work again, so I can, I guess, get that self-fulfillment, because that's something I feel like I was missing when I was at home. But I'm realizing she calls me daddy. I have to hell no, I'm mommy, and that hurts, So and then it just got so overwhelming with that, and the fact that with her, because I wasn't home as much, she's 2 and she isn't reading yet, but I had my other daughter reading it too. That's how much I was home. But I'm trying to get over that guilt, like I said, automating and delegating and all of that, so I can be more present at home. That's really what's in the forefront of my head now. I think that book that had the 4 quadrants, the business owner, sometimes as small business owner, we leave the 9-to-5, the regular job, thinking, okay, I'm about to start my own business. Like you're gonna get some more freedom.
No, not
Yeah,
right.
You
gonna
create
work more.
you create a job for yourself that you don't get immediate gratification for.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you're working even more hours, no money. You're just putting out money.
time.
All this, just putting out money, putting out this, putting out that, putting out this, and I'm
It takes
like,
a long time to see that reward.
so you can definitely
Years.
see,
Yeah.
you can definitely see how some people just decide, hey, I'll just work my job just so I can be home. It really just depends where your priorities lay.
Right.
But you're still developing as a person. You're going to be several different people before you're never going to be, you're going to always change. So my priorities,
right now,
my priorities
And I
back
wanna
then
say,
changed.
every child is different. Like, we have parent guilt, mommy guilt, daddy guilt. And I get your first child reading at 2, your second child is not reading at 2, and that's going to weigh on you because you're not home. And it's natural to put that blame on yourself. We homeschool both our boys. And our oldest one, by the traditional definition, seems like the genius. You give him something, you tell him how to research, stuff online at a very early age, because one is we love answering questions, but please stop saying my name. You have the resources to figure it out. But he will go and research stuff to the point where now, 90% of the time, I don't even question him because I just assume oh, that's BJ. He knows it.
He's right.
He's right. Whereas Aiden, in a non-traditional sense, is awesome because he understands emotions and he understands just the content of what is being said or what's happening around him.
He understands sympathy and
empathize. It's just it's totally different. So I say that to say that, BJ he could tell time at 2 or 3 years old on an analog clock, not a digital clock, So, but then Aiden, it took forever for him to read. But then once he did, he got there. So it may be because you're home, because you're not home, or it may not, but just don't be so guilty on yourself because both of them are individuals and they're going to be 2 different type of people. She might not read until she's 6, and if that's the case, okay, maybe look into why, but allow her to express herself and see in what other areas she's really excelling in and build upon that.
Yeah.
Don't be so hard on that. And then her calling you daddy may not have anything to do with you being home. That just may be the sound that's easier for her to enunciate. So I understand that hurts on the inside, but she knows the difference between you and daddy. So I'm sure she's not looking at you thinking you're man.
I mean, sometimes I'm at home.
Right.
I think that most kids' first word is daddy. I know Tegan's first word was pop. She just started saying daddy. She calls him papa, really. And that was her first word. She didn't call me mommy till probably after 1 or something. It was like a long time.
So don't internalize that too much. But I wanted to say, like, we did it backwards. We've been together for 14 years, celebrated our 12-year anniversary yesterday.
Awesome.
And so we graduated from college on we got married June 5th, graduated from college June, 7 days later. 2 weeks later, we had our baby shower, and then a month later, we had our first son. And then the economy tanked, and then the following year, we was like, you know what? We need more of a challenge. Let's have another baby. Let's have another baby. Let's buy a car. Let's buy a house.
All at the same time.
Let's start a business. Because we couldn't find work.
Right.
We couldn't find any work. And so,
especially for me, different companies were looking for so much experience, but you fresh out of college.
Yeah,
like,
I can't get experience.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I mean, we're kind of stuck in that cycle. I was fortunate enough to get a job with a ad company back then because of the college I went to. My professor talked to me about it, and I applied, and I got hired for it. So that kind of helped us out. But I'm going into school. The school didn't really help us
prepare.
Yeah, didn't prepare us for life outside of school.
This college,
I
didn't go
to college until after I had my son, and it was just to say I went.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think for a lot of people,
I literally just graduated.
Like I had my college degree fresh out of high school.
Okay.
And then I was like, I guess I'll go to college. I didn't get a bachelor's. I got an associate's degree. I don't use it.
Right.
We literally
I don't use my master's. Shit.
Literally just graduated.
But like we started
graduated.
I say we started backwards because we started our business. I don't know. We started our business because we couldn't find any work. We struggled like hard for several years. There were years that we barely even made $18,000 a year, and we got 2 kids, we got a house, we got a car, got to start paying back our student loans, so like we scraping. Right, literally.
From nothing.
From nothing. That's why I learned how to make almond milk, because I wanted some almond milk, damn it, but I couldn't afford it. So I learned how to make it. We gonna do it. And so then, it was time where he was working, I'm at home with the kids, but then he couldn't find any work. And so he stayed home with the kids, and I went on and I got a job as a banker. But I felt so much guilt. I mean, he felt guilt because he's at home and, they feel like men should be home or whatever, but did an amazing job with the kids. Amazing job with the house better because but I'm at work like 12 to 16 hours a day. So I leave, everybody sleep, I get home, the kids in bed. And so, I quit that job. We struggled again trying to, be independent business owners. And then finally he got a really great job downtown doing what we went to school for. And then he got another job with the Big Ten doing what we went to school for. Big Three. Doing video editing work. And then we got an opportunity to be hired by a big company downtown for contractual reasons. We can't say the name. And they hired our company, BCP Detroit. And so then from there, we've been independent, business owners, doing that full time since 2019. And that's been so great that has allowed us to pursue what we want to do, passionately. Right. Like, I could buy oat milk.
But then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
I mean, we were on our way.
Yeah.
I mean, we were on our way to, getting more help, getting more clients, and really excelling. But
There's like,
Then
boom.
that pandemic, and it was just like,
Yep.
oh, we broke again.
Yeah.
And can I just say, I love seeing you two when y'all work together. It's just like, I aspire to be at that level.
It takes a long.
I imagine.
sorry. It takes a long time because we fired each other several times.
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation of like balancing your relationship and business. Because
Right.
I can't, right now, it's like I can't even separate the two.
Right.
They all run into each other.
But it
anyway.
is one pro and con, depending on the person, how you want to look at it, which is the mental health.
Mhm.
And when the world got quiet, it's like, especially entrepreneurs, we running here, running there. It's like we actually had time to sit
Yes.
with ourselves, and it was like, ooh, wait a minute. Like you had to reflect, and
Right.
Yeah.
it was either it helped you
Or it hurt you.
or it hurt you.
Mhm.
And now I think going into 2022, it's like we're feeling the effects of whether it hurt or helped us.
Mhm.
And that's the part, like, that's the part that they don't tell you either. Like, the mental health that entrepreneurship, it takes a toll on you because
It
we
does.
run ourselves to the ground.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We put everything else before ourselves, kids, job, this, that, third. And then it's like, what about me?
Mhm.
So it's like during the 2020, for me, I could say, them first 30 days, I didn't do nothing.
Mhm.
I did nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
except ship packages, but I didn't do nothing.
Mhm.
Right.
It was like just me and God. I just sat there. I had to for myself. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, who am I? Because you
Yeah.
kind of lose yourself
Right.
into entrepreneurship because you're trying to build and build and build this business. But again, if you're not building yourself up, how your business gonna, grow as well? So, I think, what they don't tell you is you need a mental health day, week, month, whatever it is for you. 'Cause everybody's different. So whatever that looks like for you, we need that moment for ourselves.
You don't feel bad about, hey,
Yeah,
Right.
I can't do it.
right.
It's hard. That's hard for
I
me.
feel bad.
It don't have
Right.
it don't have to cost no money per se, but we got to keep ourselves together in order for our businesses to even run. Our kids to be happy. We got to be, right.
Mhm.
So I think that's like a big part of entrepreneurship that people don't talk about.
Yeah. You need a support system too.
Oh,
Yes.
A big support system.
Yes.
Like we fired each other enough over the years, but we were friends too. While we were dating. Before we were dating, we were friends because we had a common ground, and then just throughout our marriage, we always talked to each other, and our communication got stronger. And then we do have a lot of the same goals, and just through life, you mature, and then you understand, like, okay, I might look at something a different way, but we're both seeing the same thing. It just exactly
The end of the road.
Yeah.
right, the end of it. So just being each other's strong support system, but then I also have you guys that I can bounce ideas off of, or you guys come to me and talk to me, and that's
I call her
uplifting.
she does.
Yeah.
too.
We talk.
Hey, it ain't even a good morning. Hey,
Just
what you
like-
think about this?
Exactly.
I need help with
Yeah.
you just need that though.
Yeah.
Right. And you need a support system, someone that you can vent to, someone you can throw ideas out, and the people that will be honest with you too.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
like, what do
just
you
tell
think?
me no bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Don't just be like, oh yeah, I love that.
That's so
Okay.
cute. No, it's not.
And it's like, no,
You
it's
making
not.
me look like a fool.
Right. Just tell me if it's bad, And so, and he does that, but in the way he does it, he's like, how do you feel about that? I'm like, that was
Are you sure?
Like, are you sure this don't look like a piece of shit to you?
is that garbage price?
Right.
Do you feel like it's garbage? It's garbage.
Like, okay, back to the drawing board.
Right.
Yeah.
So just the people that'll be honest with you, that'll support you, that you can vent to,
That's
that you
not
cry on their
friends
shoulders.
all the time.
Yeah.
You're like not entrepreneur friends, but like your best friend or your sister. You're like those
Yeah.
people, they go sugarcoat.
Right.
stuff.
Right.
They're like, oh, that's nice. It's
Yeah.
not.
You need to talk to
Right.
people that
Yes.
actually
Like,
in
can I
it.
get constructive criticism,
Right.
please? Like, what do you like, don't
Yes.
like? What should I change? If anything, I mean, it don't always have to be bad
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
But just tell me your honest opinion. Don't have me looking crazy.
Right. But and also recognizing that it's okay that you have certain people for certain things.
Yes.
And it doesn't make it bad. Like, oh, you don't talk to me about this. It's like, well,
That's
you're
not your
that
ministry,
person
honey.
for me, right? So, and that's fine.
Well, I have, I think, one last topic. Exit plans. Do you have them for your business?
Okay, and over.
And you may or may not have an exit plan.
and over.
And also with that, how do you see your business growing, or what do you see for yourself in the next, 5 years?
I guess I can start. I'm going to start with saying, like, I truly did business as a self-fulfillment thing, just so I can know that I can do it. And I actually like doing what I'm doing. However, I'm learning more and more that I do want to go home more. I did not like being home with my children and doing the stuff that I wanted to do with my children. So in this business moving forward, my big plan is to automate everything. If not, if it gets to the point where I can't automate it, sell it off, get it to the point where it's super profitable and it's something that can be sold off and not in the startup phase. Because now that I know I can do this, I know that my life is going to go.
Yeah, you can always do
I
that.
can do it over and over again.
Yeah.
So
Wherever. Yeah.
what I can't do over again is my children's
Yeah.
youth.
Mm-hmm.
You're young for a small amount of time, and then you're an adult for like the rest of for the rest of your life. You're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the biggest con. I don't like missing out. And I know you guys said, don't feel guilt about this. I cannot help it because I know how I used to be. My exit strategy for sure is to get it fully automated. Of course, expand if possible, but only expanding if that means that I can automate the business. I can delegate and make sure that I time block where I'm a few hours a week, but I want to be home with my kids while they're kids, and then get to the point where, okay, they're doing their own thing. Now I know I got the confidence. I can go out and do whatever. But right now I have a really large, strong urge to be home with my kids. And that's what I'm focusing on. Next 5 years is getting back to the point where I'm home. And I have been doing that as of recently, automating one business, and now trying to get to the point of automating Kniff. However, I should move forward with that and then be able to be home with my kids and get into business when I can, I love what I do. I do. And I never want people to go into business and be like, oh, you just hate it. No, I love what I do. I love my kids more though. I love my kids more. So that's just that. And I'm being honest. And I want to spend time with them. Yeah. I don't get all emotional. I got home with my kids. Like,
Just go home.
I just want to go home.
For me, so I've been a stylist for 12 years. I've been behind the chair for 12 years. So I wouldn't really say exit because I don't ever want to just be like, okay, I'm done doing here. But what I do want, I just actually was talking to somebody about this recently, about hiring a team and all of that. What I really want in the next 5 years is I'm not coming out of my house unless it's this amount of money. Meaning I only want to do weddings, photo shoots, anything where I'm on set and it's this amount of money, then I'll come out my house. Because like for her, like she said, like kids, my son, I want to see him grow up. I want to be at every football game. Because I'm not that mom that sits on the sidelines. I'm actually a team parent. So I'm on the field with him. I may not be the one hollering, but I'm right there passing out the snacks, passing out the water.
Active.
So, active. So as he's growing up, he's becoming more involved. I need to be more involved. So I want for one, my product business, I want that to run on its own. That's money going in my bank account just automatically. Like, I still have to promote it, but I just want it to be automatically making money. But as far as me being behind the chair, I don't want to do that no more. Unless, like I said, a couple hours a week, okay. Like, I don't want to close my salon. I want it to run, but I want other people working in there. But if I'm the one that's doing the hair, I want it to be this amount of money. Then we can talk. So that's kind of where I'm trying to transition myself, starting now. It's just big ticket items only. Because like I said, I love my son more. I want to travel with him. I want to just see him grow up, and I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think for me, we're 2 years in to Simply Social, and I'm realizing that I enjoy like the startup of projects. I like the startup phase of business. I don't really care for the day-to-day operation and managing, and I don't really want to do that. I like the creativity in the beginning. I like the newness, the freshness of starting a business and project management. So I would like to stick to that. So at some point, I would also like to get the businesses, Simply Social, to a point where it could be sellable, whether that's, I don't know, maybe we get investors, maybe we trademark, we're in the process of also trademarking. Maybe that's, I want to get along the lines of maybe franchising, so there's Simply Social in other cities. But like you said, like I know that we built Simply Social to be a 6-figure business. So now I know, well, damn, I could do this anywhere for anything, probably, likely. So I want to get those to a place where I can just step away from that. Maybe not completely, because it's still my baby, but where I'm not having to do like the day-to-days of it. So I do enjoy starting the startup phase of business. Maybe that's something that I get into, maybe consulting or something like that. But yeah, that's where I see for the next 5 years. And then, like you said, like I want to be at home too. Like I want to be able to just, do my little interior design stuff. Go get Starbucks with
I like
tea
gardening too.
Like, yeah, I'm just trying to do that. I'm trying to live a nice, chill life. And, I'm not trying to be stressed and working until I'm 70. That was the whole point of getting out of the 9 to 5. And it's like, dang, I'm back into this. Like, even more so now.
Right.
I have to do it. Yeah. And part of that, I guess, is my cross the bear as far as I take on a lot. I don't know why I do it. Like, I get rid of one thing and then I end up replacing it with something else. So, I don't know. I just got to figure out.
Can't sit down.
Yeah, I can't sit down. That's my problem. That's my problem. Work in progress. So yeah, that's what I hope for Simply Social. I do. I feel like it's been a blessing, and if I can, and I don't even get into like mentorship and all that. Actually building out like an e-course, because I feel like maybe that'll help as far as like automating, like you said, because I don't have a lot of time. Maybe the e-course can help more people and save me some time. So that's what I'm working on.
I need to work on the e-course.
Yeah, you do.
I have like 15 e-courses. What's our out plan?
There is no out plan.
Oh.
The out plan is to leave our business to our boys. So I guess that's the exit plan.
Continue to do what you're passionate about.
Exactly. As far as like a 5-year plan, like we were on our way to doing before the pandemic, BCP, Chicago, BCP, New York, move around to these different places that need video, and continue to push that, and automate it somehow. You have e-courses all ready to go.
Okay, so just help me with mine. Thank
Right. In my mind, our out plan, I don't know what my out plan is for I Am Alicia Nicole, just because that particular business is new, like how Simply Social is, and just the fact that I have my name on it, it just seems like it would be weird. Like, okay, hey, I'm here to take your pictures. I'm Dominique. Or I Am Alicia Nicole. So I've been thinking like maybe if I change it to IAAN, my initials.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So I was thinking, something along those lines where I could have other photographers come in.
Yeah.
You be the brand, but then they can just.
Yeah. But Bryce has helped me to appreciate that I have control issues. I didn't know that. Like, I'm so agreeable when it comes to my stuff, and I'm like,
We
So-
ain't budging.
Right. So I'm
which
trying to.
is probably normal with entrepreneurs. I mean,
Yeah.
you always want
We
to.
want what we want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
way
like-
we want it.
Mhm.
When we want it.
Cause
So
it's like
I don't
we
think
can
it's
see
anything
that
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am working on my mindset of being able to trust people with, my vision and just being able to train them and like hand that over and go fly.
Yeah.
With BCP Detroit, I really do see he's always had the vision of us creating a production staffing agency. And so I see that as our, again, not necessarily an out, because
Yeah.
we do want to pass that on to the boys, but being able to step away from, the physical part from the day to day. We love what we do, so I know that we would still go out there and do it. But I could see us being able to hire videographers, photographers, editors, copywriters, production assistants, all those things. And I think that would be a way for us to create a solid retirement plan for us to hit all these goals that we have. And we already have goals for the kids to come into the business. BJ is already doing our behind the scenes.
Yeah, they are amazing. When you posting the stuff they do, I'm like, don't help me. How are you putting it together?
He did the last one. It was like, yes, BJ. And then
Right.
Aiden in there doing the photography, and BJ knows how to edit. Aiden knows how to edit the photos.
Okay, so
It's
that'll
not
be
the
helping
Yeah,
me.
right.
So once they get old enough, like at 16, I
Yeah,
already
it
have
is.
plans. Like they're gonna go out here and they're gonna get the kids,
Right.
birthday parties, and they're gonna excel there, and then they're gonna be doing these
Because they're going to be
things.
at the
Right.
age limit for them, so they're going to.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
our goal, to put them out there doing that. So that's my. I could see an out strategy for BCP Detroit a lot more solidly than I can see it for
Evolution.
Yeah.
And the reason I brought up the out was because for viewers watching, like, I feel like we don't necessarily need to start a business for you to actually be in it. You could start it, sell it, get it, get it where it's supposed to be, sell it,
Yeah.
or
I feel
you
like-
can be in it. So
But I feel
there's
like
many
when
ways you could go with it.
When you're creative, it's never really an exit.
Mm.
You're
Yeah.
always going to be in that creative space.
Right.
Yeah.
You could be 99, you're still going to be in that creative space.
Yeah.
Yes.
I might be sitting down guiding you, but the creative
Yeah,
is still
right.
flowing.
Yeah.
It's still coming from me.
Yeah.
So
Right. Don't use that lens. Use the other one.
Exactly.
Pictures I've taken of y'all in my head.
Okay.
Just sitting here. Like I'm like, oh yeah, turn that way.
I've been staring at your blind like
Yeah.
But it's you just walk outside, your creative mind it's always flowing. So it's never gonna be just a end all be all.
Mm-hmm.
Like for your business, yeah, but the creativeness is always gonna be there.
Mm.